It is now my great honor to introduce to you our keynote speaker. As you have heard, the United States Department of Agriculture has been a very strong partner to the California Small Farm Conference, both through its financial support of the scholarship and other programs, and through the contributions of USDA employees who serve on the board of directors and the local planning committee. With the passage of a new farm bill in 2008, the inauguration of a new administration in 2009, the 2010 conference seemed like the perfect time to hear from USDA about their programs and policies and how they impact California's small farmers. We're very proud to have as our keynote speaker this morning, Rain Pegg, the administrator of the USDA Agricultural Marketing Service. Ms. Pegg took on the leadership of AMS in 2009. AMS administers programs that facilitate the efficient, fair marketing of U.S. agricultural products. Among those programs are the National Organic Program, International Marketing Services, and Farmers Market and Local Food Marketing Programs, including the Farmers Market Promotion Program. Ms. Pegg has a long history of working to support California farmers. Before she joined the Agricultural Marketing Service, she was Deputy Secretary of Legislation and Policy for the California Department of Food and Agriculture. She previously served with the California Farm Bureau Federation's National Affairs and Research Division as Director of International Trade and Plant Health. And prior to joining the Farm Bureau, she worked for 3 years for the Agricultural Council of California, where she served as Director of Governmental Relations. In her tenure with the Council, which represents agricultural cooperatives, she handled a wide variety of issues, including labor, taxation, and environmental issues before the California legislature. Please help me welcome our keynote speaker, Rain Pegg.
Hi. Nice to see everyone today. I don't have a Bundy joke, so I think my material is going to be a little bit dry compared to that. That was pretty good. Kathleen Merrigan, who's the Deputy Secretary of USDA, was supposed to speak to all of you today, but right now we're in, for the next month, we're in our discussions over the President's proposed budget. So this week she'll be testifying before Congress, defending the budget that we've put forward, and I'll talk about a couple of those elements. So unfortunately, she wasn't able to make it today. You know, you guys really represent the farmers that are trying to make a future in agriculture, trying to build agriculture for where it's going to go into the next century. Unfortunately, we're seeing, though, a growing trend of medium-sized farmers go out of business, or they're migrating into larger-scale farms. And it's our responsibility, our shared responsibility, to find new avenues for you to be successful in the future, for the next generation to be successful in the future. And what I'm here to share with you today is some of the ideas, some of the things that we've been working on with USDA and where we've been focused. Know Your Farmer, Know Your Food. I don't know if many of you have heard about it, but it is this administration's pillar towards finding and creating more wealth in rural and agricultural American communities. The Secretary, as well as the Deputy Secretary and myself, we've been traveling the nation, we've been going into rural and agricultural communities, and we've been looking at ways that we can find economic wealth in those communities. We've been looking at our existing programs and creating future programs that can find new ways for you to market your products and stay competitive. We must find new ways for you to fit into a global economy, and part of that is making connections between you and the consumer. We can create new income opportunities for farmers to generate wealth that will stay in rural communities, and we can build support for local and regional food systems that will boost economies. Know Your Farmer, Know Your Food is about making a connection to your consumers. It's about creating access to affordable and healthy local foods through farmers market, farm-to-school programs, and many of the other programs that we provide at USDA. This year, we created a Farm-to-School tactical team. Farm-to-School has been a successful program that many school districts have implemented about taking their local resources, finding outlets for farmers, and connecting children to the food that's grown in their region and their area. We've looked at that, and what we've done is we've created a tactical team within USDA. It includes employees within Agricultural Marketing Service. My agency does all the purchasing for food banks and school food systems, where Food and Nutrition Services looks at the needs, the demand, and sets the nutritional standards. We've partnered together and will be traveling throughout the United States and looking at what's working and what's not working. and coming up with tools to help schools in terms of identifying local resources, what's available during what seasons, what distributions are they facing, and making those connections between farmers and schools, looking at how we can produce and provide more food to our local schools. It's an exciting opportunity, and in the 2011 budget, we're proposing additional funding towards this opportunity. We think it's a great way of educating the next generation about their food. Other programs to help grow sustainable practices is the Environmental Quality Incentive Program with Organic Initiative. That's $50 million that you can apply for to help producers protect the natural resources on their land. There's also a high tunnel pilot program to expand the growing season. And of course, one of our very successful grant programs is the Specialty Crop Block Grant Program. There's $55 million available in 2010, and each state gets a portion of that. California, of course, being the largest recipient of those funds. So you can talk to AG about that. You guys can all corner him later. This has been a very successful program. It's been a great program for states to look at the regional issues that they're facing. You know, what is a California facing versus a farmer facing versus a Georgia farmer facing, and really tackle those issues. It's looking at, you know, food safety cost share programs, farmers market, creating more access, creating more training for farmers. And California has been very successful in that, and help tackling those California regional issues that people are facing. July 29th is the deadline for applications, and you can work with your State Department of Agriculture in applying for those funds and potentially receiving those. Some examples of where CDFA has used them is they've assisted small farmers in marketing fresh produce. They've had technical training for complying with food safety standards, and more. The Farmers Market Promotion Program is another success story that we've had at USDA. It's within the Agricultural Marketing Service. In 2010, there's $5 million available, and in 2011, we're doubling that to $10 million available. This is a great program for creating farmers markets, creating CSAs. It's a great opportunity for all of you to participate. And I know there's a lot of people in the audience that have their own farmers markets, or they're starting up farmers markets. This is a tool that you can utilize in some additional funding to help you in helping your farmers market be successful. We have several technical experts that would be happy to provide assistance to you in whatever you may need in making your farmers market successful in your region area and finding resources and farmers to supply to it. The federal state marketing improvement grants. This is a research, there are research dollars to look at the marketing barriers and challenges that different commodities are facing. This year we have $1.3 million available. We get over $3 million in applications for this program. It's extremely successful, and several people apply for it. There's a great example in Alaska of some local flower growers finding ways to market their flowers worldwide, creating a website, doing shipping. It's great examples of tackling those issues that are sometimes commodity specific that different crops are facing. Recognizing the success of this program, in 2011, the President has proposed doubling this program to $2.6 million. We hope that you'll support us in doubling that program and additional funding. This has helped food banks in setting up field pack for call crops standards for producers, and it's helped in marketing dried fruit in Mexico. The value-added producer grants, this is a rural development grant program. It's $18 million, and this has been good for co-ops, producers, associations, and it's looking at how to add value to your products, how to market them better. Some of these great successes that they've done is the school lunch program. What we purchase is we purchase these apple slices that have now become a great success. They've been great at providing fresh apples into the school supply. And what the value-added grant program did is it helped producers develop this new product line of apple slices in a small bag that would have a shelf life, that would still taste good when it arrived at schools and in grocery stores.